What's up, everybody? This review, we're going to be taking a look at the G.I. Joe Classified Retro Card Cobra EEL. And here he is on his card. Awesome classic artwork. Get to see all of his accessories. Doesn't look like he's coming with too crazy. We got the knife and the spear gun. Got his pack and his mask. And got the fins in the back. Not bad. Got his stand. That nice sturdy card. We've got the bio, other figures in the wave, and that's it. Let's get them open, check them out. All right, so here's the Retro EEL outside of the packaging, and he looks pretty cool. Not a very crazy design. I like the colors they chose on him. He doesn't come with as much of a loadout as the 60th anniversary Action Sailor, but still looks really cool. And that Action Sailor was also a different price point, so it came with quite a bit. I'd say almost comparable to, this one is almost comparable to Torpedo. So it looks really cool. Unfortunately, I don't have the first release. This is the retro release. I never was able to get a hold of the first one. And I didn't feel like paying the crazy prices, especially after finding out that this one was coming. And I'm okay with that. So this guy looks really cool. You got his pack. We've got his mask, which looks really awesome. I like that helmet. Got the two cores. Got a little bit of gold in there. Really nice. We've got his spear gun. A knife. Really nice looking. Red on the handle. His spear gun actually has like a blue rope for his wrist. And the gold spear. Pretty nice. His helmet has the two hoses. It's got his little comms. Got the little gold in there, if you can see that. And the mask part, the lens part is clear. A little foggy looking, but that's okay. His pack has the Cobra logo in black. Of course, we already saw that. We've got the two fins. Nothing real special about him. He's got his stand, which I won't use. Cobra logo in there. Pretty simple looking. Then we've got him himself. So here he is with he just comes with the one head sculpt. I wish they would have came with a second one, because he's going to be an army builder and you want to, diversify your groups. Some of them come with like the brown skin, the darker skin. It would have been nice to get an alternate head with him, just to make it look a little bit cooler, Switch him out. You got a little group of them. He's got his knife here, which is pretty sturdy. I like that. We're gonna actually go ahead and put that in his sheath down here. So looking at him, that mask has a couple of details in there, but no paint to really bring it out. It's just a slick suit. This portion right here on top of his body is a molded plastic, which looks really cool, because you can use the underbody for other things, but that's pretty cool because it doesn't hinder anything. You got this gray on the shoulder, gray on his wristbands. You got, on this one, it's got a little bit of like depth information or something like that. Radar, I don't know, GPS. He didn't come with any extra hands. He's just got trigger fingers for both sides. Nice little belt here, but no real details brought in there. It's pretty much just molded in this. Actually feels kind of soft. like a soft plastic, yep, soft plastic over the harder crotch piece. You got some molded lines in here, and his legs. Got the sheath for his knife. And you got these details in here, but nothing really being brought out. So pretty much just molded in those colors. And that was it. But he still looks really cool. I mean, if you had this guy when you were younger, you know what to expect. He looks really nice. And the colorway that they used that he had is really nice. I mean, the red, black, and gray is still pretty cool. So we'll take a look at his articulation. Articulation-wise, this guy's gonna look down, look up. He looks up, just okay. He can look down, okay. He's gonna be swimming, so I wish his head could, you know, come back a little bit further. He's got that double ball peg. I wish his head could kind of, you know, look straight ahead when his body's just going through the water. You got the butterfly joints, shoulder joint, about as high as you're gonna get for a T-pose. This molded piece right here actually slides underneath the butterfly joint to give him that range. You got the bicep cut, double jointed elbows, which move really good. And we've got his hands have vertical hinges. Pretty cool. Got the ab crunch and a ball waist. Legs come out that far. Pretty good. They are drop down legs. Thigh cut, double jointed, pinless knees. You got a cut right above the ankle. And then you've got the hinge and pivot. So pretty good articulation. I guess he could swim like that through the water. Back be hurting. Pretty cool. Not that he's gonna be doing any of this in the water, I guess. Cobra EEL Rashikage. That looks cool. Let's check out his gear on him. So I'm gonna start with his pack. And it just plugs right on in. This piece is floating, so I just gotta try to line it up. Push that right in there. We've got his helmet. Really cool. I'm gonna slide that right on. Just gonna have to maneuver that best you can. It's gonna bother me if his eyes aren't lined up, so I'll take a little bit of time to get that on there. All right, so that's pretty good. We're gonna take these, plug in right there on the side. And that looks even better. Pretty much how they'll be on my shelf is with the helmets on the entire time. I think with my 60th, I have pretty much one with like every look. I'll probably leave that hanging right there. It does have the trigger fingers, but This version seems to be a little bit tighter. Could have just been like heat and traveling and all that stuff, but I guess I can get that finger where it's supposed to go. Yep, right through there. So I got the wristband on. Don't want to lose that in the water. Really cool looking. So motion, turns his head pretty good to the side. Other side really good. Hose is long enough to give him some good enough flex, but not really bothering you. Once you start looking like up, I guess that's not too bad if you have them like pose like they're going up at an angle or something like that. But if he's straight body, I'm trying to look up, he doesn't really look up that good. Not terrible though. Really nice. I'm liking that. It looks like everything is gonna hold pretty well too. I'll tell you what, I had a tough time with Action Sailor. Keeping everything on. But he came with a lot too. And here he is with his fins. So how awesome is that? That looks really good. You got the motion for the fins, like to look like you're really kicking. That's really cool. It's just sitting in the water, just kind of holding his spot until they get the order, and then they'll start kicking. Really cool. A really good looking figure, especially once you get everything on there. I think without everything on there, it was just kind of a little slightly plain, you know, mostly because there's no details in his sweatsuit. But man, once you put everything on him, like that brings back some memories. That's really cool. That's a good looking figure. I'll leave them like that, pretty much on the shelf, all of them. Really nice. All right, so the best comparison outside of the original eel that came out, which was like an Amazon exclusive, the next best comparison is probably going to be the Torpedo and the Action Sailor. So after Torpedo, they started making their visors, like anything that you can look through, actually clear. So I'm glad about that. He's got that helmet. I could see his eyes in there. Sailor, you can too. It's a little tough because of the style of his goggles, but you can definitely see them in there. They all stand about the same height, and the two Joes have the same similar setup, the mask, versus the eel has the helmet, which looks really cool. I kind of like that style a lot. Body-wise, he actually looks very close to the Sailor because of the molding here on the legs. Like very similar. And then this upper body, which I haven't taken this vest off of him all the way, but you know, similar to Torpedo. You can see by these lines here that are running along his chest. So really cool. Their whole setup is very, very different. His mask plugs into his chest. His goes into the back. Just like Torpedo's. So, but the very bottom, he's got what looks like little, I don't know, little jets that maybe help him get through the water here, versus they hold these little hooks here that you can connect their spear guns to, or their submachine guns, anything that'll connect in that spot. Now, this seal, the sailor, he's got a spot on his setup to hold his fins, versus these two don't. But for the most part, this part of their packs look the same. In fact, this part right here, I think is just added on to the very bottom of it. So instead of having the hooks to connect the spear gun or anything to, they added another piece right there. Because it's still got these little side nozzles that look very, very similar. And then the shape of everything else is the same. No symbol, Cobra symbol. And then some really nice symbols on Sailor about not being sold for public, you know. So they all look really cool, really nice. Man. And these two are army builders. While Torpedo isn't, I know you can, which I think I'm going to. So Sailor comes with different head sculpts. Then we got Torpedo here. I think I would like to try these on each other's body, maybe on the eel. So let's try that. So here is Torpedo's head on the Retro Eel and the Retro Eel's head on Torpedo's body. And because they have that whole setup with their masks and their swim gear, their suits, you can swap them really easy. They even pop directly on, like no looseness, anything like that. So they both look really good on each other's bodies. You throw the mask on, and really for Torpedo, you couldn't tell anyways because he wears that full, almost full mask. But I mean, it fits. And then if you just want to have him posed with it off, you have another character, which I would like to army build maybe a couple more Torpedoes. Be really cool. And then you got Torpedo, and then we'll just throw the other helmet on, and we'll see if that fits. And that fits really good too. So really nice. And then you got another type of eel in there. So yeah, I'll need a couple more. Maybe Torpedo bodies just to swap, because I know this Action Sailor head will fit onto Torpedo's body. And so, you know, you have another army builder, and the other Sailor head will fit on there also. So you can army build your whole, you know, undersea battalion or whatever, you know, you got going on. Your divers squad. Really cool. I'm going to get this Action Sailor head on there, and then we'll take a look at it. So I'm just going to go ahead and say, wow, this looks really awesome. I mean, that eel head on him looks really sick. He looks so badass. I mean, wow. That's so cool. Yeah, I need some more of both. And then, of course, Sailor's head on him snapped right on in, and he looks really awesome too. The grays look to match up on certain parts of the body. And it's pretty much what we wanted, like another skin tone, or at least what I was saying, to diversify your army. And it looks really good. You can see his head through there. So it fits perfect. Might be hard to see his eyes with the glare, but man, so cool. Just being able to swap them like that looks really awesome. And I'm super loving this right there. I'm gonna have to make that happen permanently. And before I get, this is what the Retro Eel's head looks like with the mask on it. Pretty much looks like the other helmet or other head sculpt that came with Sailor anyways. So we'll take that off. And I'll get them all back to normal. So overall, I think this is a really good figure. I really like the colors that they used on it. I kind of wish there was a little bit more paint in the wetsuit, but I do like the colors a lot. I mean, the red, the black. I like that they put the little gold in the helmet and the gold on his spear, on his spear gun. Like really nice touches, you know, very simple, subtle. The weapons are a little bit sturdier. I like that. The design is pretty simple, but in his suit and in his pack, there are a bunch of details in there if you look at it. Hoses, everything like that. So you could add different washes and everything like that to him, which I think would have brought it out a little bit more, made it even better figure. But as it is, I mean, it, for what it was trying to do and what it's trying to be, they nailed it. I mean, it's still really good. No, it doesn't come with as much as like the diver, but the price point is also different. And I don't know that he needed to, because I mean, even though he's very simple, I really like it a lot. Sometimes simple is a good thing if you do it right. Paint apps and what you give them, the sculpting. And again, I'm going to be getting more of these just so I can do the swaps. I mean, I really like that helmet. I think it's really cool. I like this whole design. You can just army build like crazy with these. So another army builder, which is crazy, but cool. So that's going to be it for this review, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.